What's up, everybody? This is Investing Sensei. So I got a couple requested topics about the Webull option adventures that we've been doing. So I am creating this video to hopefully address some of them. In case I did miss some of them or I haven't gotten to yours, be sure to drop a comment in the comment section with what you would like to see or any type of questions that you want. I'm going to try my best to answer some of these, and if I didn't, if I wasn't very clear on them, also drop a comment, and then I can either try to answer it in the comment section, or if I think it'll be very valuable to other subscribers, I'll make a follow-up video probably going into more detail or in things that I incorrectly said. So let's go ahead and get started. So I have the agenda here, and the first thing we're going to do is, one of the questions that I did get asked is if I could go into more detail on what the strategy is. So we'll talk about the wheel strategy and how it works and how we're trying to use it basically. And then the next thing after this is I'm going to put a couple reasons on why you would want to buy back a contract. So we'll talk about that, because there are a couple reasons when you would want to do that. And at the end of the day, it's up to you. But those are those type of strategies that you want to try to follow. It'll maximize your profits. And then the third one, we're gonna actually show you. We're gonna do like a live demo of me buying back a contract. So I was actually off work today when I recorded this video, so I was able to record some of this during while the market was open, and so that was actually pretty exciting. I typically don't get to do this because I have to record my videos after work, so this is actually a first time. And and for number 4, after that, we're going to actually go into how you can select the strike price. So there's a couple ways that you can select a strike price. You can use the delta, or you can also use that Webull Probability Analysis that I've actually just found out about yesterday. And that's actually pretty interesting. And then we'll wrap up the video with any closing comments. So I actually think that this video is going to be pretty lengthy, so I will try to add timestamps in the pinned comment or also in the video description so that you can just jump over to the ones that you're interested. And again, if I said any incorrect things, please let me know. I'm actually still learning through this. We're going to learn together. We're going to get better at this. My goal is to try to get to $1,000 per week just generating premium money, and we're going to get to that eventually, so that's what we're working towards. But anyways, let's go over to what we're actually trying to do. Alright guys, so what we're trying to do is the wheel strategy. And so the way that this works is that either you could start off with, if you already own 100 shares of a company, you could start selling covered calls. If you have the collateral or the money to buy 100 shares of a company, then you would start off with just selling cash secured puts. So in our case, we would start off by just selling cash secured puts. So what this means is, if I pull up my app here, the Webull app, let's go, for example, for Bank of America. If you open up the ticker, you should see an option called Options. Click on that. For us, we do have an expiration date of August 28th. So in our case, we're doing puts. So if you look at the bottom, you'll see puts there for us. So the current price for Bank of America right now for one of them is $25.90. So in a cash secured put, you always want to select anything below that price, that current price. So in this right here, you could buy anything with like $25.50, $25, $24.50. So if you look at the 4th row, that's about close to what you'll end up getting in premium. So premium is that extra money that, because you're acting as an insurance of telling them, hey, if in our case, let's say we were to select $24.50, that means that from our side, we would have to do $24.50 times 100. So we would need $2,450 in collateral that the brokerage would keep a hold for up till August 28th for us to sell that option. Just in case everything goes south and the person that bought the contract does have to exercise that, then we would end up owning 100 shares of Bank of America at $24.50 as our cost basis. But after that, we also get to keep the premium of $14. So it's 14 cents times 100. And this is actually really cool because there is a probability of what you should select as a strike price. If the contract doesn't get exercised and it just expires by the end of August 28th, you get to keep the $14, which is just the premium. And that's typically what we're just following and we're after, is just that premium. So our goal here is to continue collecting that premium and not get assigned. And if we're going to continue doing that and continue doing that every single week, and that actually averages out to a huge percentage that you could get. You could get 20 to even 50% in return per year just collecting premiums. And it's actually really sweet. But once you do get assigned, let's say that it goes all south, the worst thing that's going to happen to you is that you're going to get assigned 100 shares of that company. So that's why it's very important that you always pick companies that you know are going to be there for the long term and are always going to grow over time. So, worst case scenario, we're stuck with Bank of America. They are going to be paying us a dividend still, and they're going to eventually go back up to the original price, probably even higher. And that's actually in one of our cases here, is that just so you guys know, if I actually pull up Bank of America, we have been selling cash secured puts on it, and then we eventually got assigned to it. So if I pull ours right here, you see that we are assigned 100 shares of Bank of America with a cost basis of $26.50. So from there, it's not a big deal, because the worst case, you get stuck with 100 shares of a good company. But that's why it's really important. Make sure you have a good company that you don't mind holding for the long term. So only do it on companies like that. So let's say you do get assigned 100 shares of this at that strike price, right? Which in our case, we did get Bank of America. So we have 100 shares of Bank of America at $26.50. The current price right now is $25.89 per share. So we are down, but what you end up doing after that is you start selling covered calls on those 100 shares, which is what we're doing here, which you see that we do have a call of $26.50 as a strike price. We did collect a premium of $18, and it will be expiring on August 21st. So that's pretty sweet, guys. And, if the contract expires worthless, we still keep the $18 as the premium. And then the next week we do another covered call. Eventually, we will eventually get exercised, and we will have to sell our 100 shares. And then from there, all you will do is, once you get those shares taken away, you're just going to go and flip it back around and start selling cash secured puts again, because you have the $2,650 in our case. And then we're going to start selling cash secured puts again, and just do that. And that's what the wheel is. It's just flipping it around. If you have 100 shares, sell covered calls until they get taken away. Then you sell cash secured puts. So that's really our strategy. It's actually really awesome because you can generate so much money, guys. And I've actually been generating a lot so far, especially with Microsoft. I can't wait till Apple and Tesla do the stock split, because that will be pretty sweet, guys. I'm really looking forward to that. And at the end of the day, we're gonna get better at this. Right now, I'm kind of a little bit aggressive on the strike prices that I choose, but overall, hopefully you guys end up doing it. Super easy way to generate some extra income. And let's go and jump over to the next part of the agenda. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you guys how to buy back a contract. So we are at the Webull portfolio. My portfolio right now is about 35,900. We're about to get to 36K in the value. And if we go to the very bottom, I want to show you guys my current positions. So we do have a Wells Fargo covered call, a Bank of America covered call as well, a covered call for Microsoft. We do have some Tesla shares, and we do have a covered call for AT&T. So there's a couple reasons why you would want to do buy back a contract. So one of the reasons would be more towards you have, like, for example, right now we did buy a covered call. So in our case, we bought Bank of America. We bought that covered call on last Friday. So this was the 14th or so, August 14th. We are on the 17th. So this is Monday. The contract will expire on August 21st. So we still have the whole rest of the week. And one of my kind of rules that I try to follow is as long as you collect about 70% or more of the premium, go ahead and close that contract. Especially like in our case that we still have all the way till Friday, we still have about 4.5 days left. So we've already collected the majority of the premium, because you don't know what the stock market's going to be doing. It could continually go up now, and then the premium goes up higher, and then we can't close it out, and we'll have to wait till Friday, and then we lose that great opportunity. So that's one of the reasons why you would want to buy back a contract. In our case, if you can see at the right, you'll see that our premium that we collected for Bank of America, it was 22 cents per share, so that's $22. Just let me go quickly over the contract itself. So it's Bank of America. Our strike price was $27.50. It expires on August 21st. We are in August 17th, so it's Monday, and we've already collected majority of it. If you go over to the right, the current price of the premium is 4 cents per share, so that's $4. So 4 cents times 100, and we did end up collecting 22 cents per share, so that's 22 cents times 100, which is $22. If you go here to the right, you'll see that it does have a kind of like a profit and loss. So it says we have collected about $18 if we were to buy back the contract right now, and that's about 81% of the total premium. So in my case, it's worth buying back because we're on Monday. We still have a couple of days left, and we could go ahead and sell another covered call. So that's one of the reasons why you would want to buy back a contract. The second reason would be if, in our case right now, Wells Fargo. So in Wells Fargo, we do have a covered call that has a strike price of $27.50. And so if you look at the shares of our Wells Fargo, we have 100 shares of Wells Fargo, but our cost basis is $31.13, but it's really $31.50. So you'll see at the right that we are down $640. So that's if we were to sell all 100 shares right now. So the covered call that's at $27.50, if that contract got exercised, if like let's say for this week for some reason Wells Fargo started going back up and it got to the strike price of $27.50 or higher, then there's a chance that our contract would get exercised and our 100 shares would get taken away. So then I would lose the difference between the $31.50 minus $27.50 times 100. That's how much money we would lose in the difference. And so what you would want to do in that case, if the stock was starting to go back up and there was going to be a chance for you to hit the strike price, you would want to buy it back and just pay the difference, because it would be a lot cheaper than having to lose $600 like in my case. So that's another reason why you would want to buy back a contract, and then you could roll it. So right now, the reason why I'm picking a lower strike price is because the strike price for Wells Fargo right now, if I was to try to do a strike price of $31.50, the premium is so low that it's not worth it. It's probably going to be like 1 penny per share, so that's about $1. So I am playing it a little bit riskier, but I'll have that in mind that I would have to buy back my contract in case Wells Fargo for some reason started getting to that strike price. But those are the two reasons why I would buy back a contract. I'm obviously still learning through this, so definitely if I missed anything, be sure to drop in the comment section any corrections. I'm definitely new, so I don't know everything, but I will show you guys how to buy back a contract, which is the main thing. So those were the two reasons. So we do have the contract here. We're going to buy back Bank of America. So the way that the buyback works is that you will basically pay the difference. So right now it's at 5 cents per share. So it's about $5 or $4. It keeps fluctuating between that. So the way that you can kind of calculate your profit is you'll do $22 minus $4. So we would get $18. And you could also look at the right without having to do the math. You'll get about $18. And so the way you do this is you just click on the contract. And then from there, you're going to scroll down. Well, you don't even have to scroll down, but you would just click buy. And at this point, the way that you do buy back the contract, this is very important. So you always have to make sure that you pick the correct strike price where you sold the option. So you have to, so in our case, we picked the strike price of $27.50 for when we sold the contract of the covered call. The other important thing is that you have to select the same exact date where the contract expires so that you can actually buy back that. So we are buying back that contract of August 21st, and that's how you get out of that contract. So in our case, in Webull, it's pretty easy to buy back. You just click on that contract and click buy, and that's how you can get rid of it. So just for our case, just double checking, $27.50 as a strike price, August 21st, and we are going to pay about 4 cents. So here you make sure it's buy and it's a call. If it's a cash secured put, you would make sure that it was a buy and that it was a put. So you would just change that to a put, but in our case, it's a call. So we want to buy back the call. And at this point, you just have to play around with the numbers. So we could immediately buy it, which is 5 cents, and this would automatically get filled. We can try to play around with it at 4. I'm just going to go ahead and do it at 5, but you could try to squeeze out at that $1 extra. I'm just going to do it because we're in the video. And if you guys are enjoying this, be sure to like the video. I'm buying these contracts and showing this live since I am off work today. And let's go ahead and click buy. And so just to confirm, it tells you double check your strike price, expiration date. That matches up with what we ended up selling the covered call. So at this point, we are going to pay 5 cents per share. So that's $5. So confirm. And then you'll get a notification that it's been filled. If you go back, you'll see that our Bank of America option covered call is gone. So now we only have the 100 shares of Bank of America. And one of the things here that you can do is go to more, scroll down to funds, and then you'll see that on the 17th, we paid $5.11 to buy back that contract. But you'll see that on August 14th, we got $21.90. So you would do the difference. So we got about $16, $16 to $17, which is pretty nice for about a day and a half, 2 days. And that was pretty easy money, guys. So that's how you buy back a contract. Alright guys, I'm going to show you guys how to select a strike price. So we already did buy back the Bank of America contract, so we are going to try to sell another covered call on Bank of America. So one of the main things that we're doing the wheel strategy. So our cost basis on Bank of America is $26.50. It has gone down a little bit, but that's just because of collecting premiums and so. But in my case, I'm just sticking with $26.50. So that's kind of like our break even for us. I consider all the premium we've collected from Bank of America as like something that's gone, even though it's still in the portfolio. I try to sell the options at $26.50. You can always go down. So like in our case, we could really sell it at $26 and still break even if we included all the premium we've collected from Bank of America. But we're going to try to do a $26.50. So at that point, you would break even and then collect the premium, or you could sell it at $27 and collect the premium plus the difference of $27 minus $26.50, so you get an extra $50. So that's how you can kind of play it. So that's for covered calls. Selling options would be the opposite, where you have cash instead of the shares. So that's how you would do that. So in this point, this is how you collect the strike price. It's more towards up to your decision. It's really how you feel about it. In our case, we want to make sure that we try to sell it at least to where our current cost basis of Bank of America is. So if you go ahead and select the 100 shares in our case, if you're selling a cash secured put, you would go to your watch list or so and your ticker, and you would go ahead and click on the buy in our case, right? But you would click buy, like if you're trying to buy something, you'd click options. This would bring up your options for you. So it depends on how you would want to do this. So in our case, we're doing covered calls. If you're trying to do a cash secured put, so that means you have the money to buy the shares, but you're just trying to collect the premium. You would click on this bottom portion. You would click puts, and then this would change for you. So that would be if you're selling puts. We are going to do calls, and our expiration here is August 28th. We want to try to see if we can get August 21st. So if we scroll down some, the current stock price for it is $25.92. Since we're doing a covered call, we always want to do above that price. So in our case, we want to do at least $26.50. So here we would collect about $18. So it's the fourth row. We would get about $18 if we select on it. You'd get about $18 in premium. So you would want to make sure that it says call, and then you'd click sell. Sell. If you were doing a cash secured put, you would make sure that it says put and then a sell. So you always want to do sells. Don't want to do buys. Those are a little bit riskier. Selling puts or selling covered calls, you're pretty good off with those as long as you select the right strike price on whatever you feel comfortable with. But in our case, we're doing a covered call. So at this point, you could scroll over here to the right a little bit, and you can look at the delta. So the delta is about 27, so about 27%. So typically what I've been reading online is that you can subtract that. So 100 minus 27 is 73%. So there's about a 73% probability that it will be out of the money. And so what this means for us is that we do have a pretty good chance. I typically try to go with 80%, but in my case, I kind of actually want my shares to go away because I am trying to get ready for the Tesla and the Apple cash secured puts. So I'm trying to get rid of these, but I'm also trying to get rid of them to the point where at least I'm meeting my cost basis. All right, so you can the other thing is, if you don't want to look at the delta or anything like that, there's a button here that's called probability. You can click on the probability portion. I'm still learning how to use this. It's actually kind of brand new. But one of the things here is that you can look at in the money or out of the money. So in our case, we want to make sure that it's out of the money because we don't want to get assigned if you're selling a cash secured put, or if you're selling a covered call, we don't want to get our shares taken away. But in my case, I do want my shares to get taken away. But you would basically, this middle line here, in our case, we want to bring it down to, well, if I can actually select it. Sometimes this is kind of pretty hard to use. I'm not sure if maybe I'm just using it wrong, but you can kind of like move this thing up. There you go. Takes a little bit. But you'll see that as you move this at the bottom, those tables of the percentages will move as you move this up and down. So in our case, our strike price was $26.50. So let's see. Let's try to get to that. If I can. There we go. Oh, well, it moved a little bit. It's not going to be much of a difference. But if you look at, now we have the probability mode out of the money. So you'll see that it says there's a chance of $26.49. There's a chance of 30%. Anything higher, the probability of that never reaching is 71%, which is, in our case, that's fine with us. So that's kind of like there's a 71% that we won't get assigned or that we won't get exercised. So you would do the same thing for cash secured puts. This is kind of like how you can pick it, but really at the end of the day, it's up to you however you want to pick the strike price, however you feel comfortable. In my case, since I'm doing the wheel strategy, I'm actually picking a bit more aggressive strike prices. So if I'm doing a cash secured put, I typically will kind of do a 70%, 65%, and then I don't mind getting assigned. Same thing for the covered calls. As long as I pick my strike price that my cost basis is, I'm good to go. But a lot of people like to do 70 to 80%. So it's up to you. It varies however you feel more comfortable with it. But yeah, guys, so let's go ahead and buy that call. So we would click trade. And at this point, we double check. It's a covered call. It's $26.50 as our strike price. It will expire on August 21st. And if we go down here, so make sure that this says sell. And then if you're selling a covered call, make sure it says call. If you're selling a put, make sure you change it to a put. So just make sure you're cautious about that, because I've seen a lot of mistakes where people accidentally buy calls or buy puts instead of actually selling them. Our strike price is $26.50. Expiration date is August 21st. What we'll be getting is about 18 cents per share, so that's $18 because it's 18 cents times 100. You can kind of play around with it. If we do 18 cents, then there's a chance that we'll get assigned. We'll get filled quickly. If we try to do 19, then there's a chance that we'll have to wait it out, and there's a chance that we won't sell the option. So at this point, we click sell. Double check your info. We are good to go. Click confirm, and then you'll see that our contract was filled. If we go back over here to the very beginning, you'll see that we should have a Bank of America covered call. So now we have a Bank of America covered call of $26.50 as our strike price. It will expire August 21st, and then our premium we collected was $18. So right now we haven't gotten any money percentage wise or lost any, but we'll just keep this throughout. Our typical workflow is kind of just waiting it out, and time is on our side, so that's decaying the premium. And because we kind of want it to expire, in our case, when we bought back the option, it was a little bit better to just go ahead and buy back the difference because we would have already collected some. But yeah, guys, that's how you select a strike price. It's really up to you, but that's kind of my workflow on what I do. Alright guys, so hopefully this video was very helpful for you guys. Just some closing comments is that in case I didn't address all your comments or your questions, be sure to drop any more questions in the comment section. You know, at the end of the day, we're all learning together, and if I said anything incorrect, be sure to correct me in the comment section as well. And I will be glad to do any follow-up videos that you guys want. And thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification if you haven't done so. And if you appreciate this video, it does take me time, be sure to hit that like button. It shows me that you guys are enjoying these videos, and I will continue to make them for you guys. And thanks so much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next video, so take care, stay safe out there, and continue to do that wheel strategy. So bye guys.